Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have a brand new video out from Palantir introducing Skykit. Now, this is an interesting video. I haven't even fully completed the video. I just heard a couple things about it on Twitter yesterday. But apparently Palantir is getting into the hardware game, potentially. Let's take a look at this video, we'll analyze it, and we'll see what they are trying to do.
Introducing Palantir Skykit. Bringing intelligence and operations to the edge. Skykit is built for disconnected, adverse, hostile, and extreme environments. It is a self-contained intelligence center, giving soldiers an advantage over adversaries. Skykit contains dual integrated monitors, onboard battery packs to power the entire unit for days, fully disconnected, and a secure storage area for the included devices. Skykit includes satellite communications, with commercial and government options available.
Okay, real quick. So apparently, before we get into the rest of the video, it's hardware. So this is a hardware device. Now, a couple things to understand about Palantir in their relationship with mission critical use cases is they developed Meta Constellation, which is a piece of software that essentially uses AI at the edge. So at the edge simply means that you don't need to be connected to some centralized server or some like particular cloud that needs internet connection. When it's at the edge, it's on the device. So all of the data integration you need to do, all of the real-time data updates you need in one place happening on the device are happening because of AI at the edge, at the edge of that device. So as a result of that, that creates a incredible use case for mission critical situations where you don't have the best internet connection, where you have to actually be able to get data immediately and be able to take results and decisions off that data. They also have partnered with companies like Satellogic, where their software mixed with Satellogic's actual satellites go together into the sky and they bring back real-time data. So getting into a intelligence and operations business at the edge along with their business of what they've been able to do in space is something that makes sense to me. It's something that's cohesive. It's something that obviously there seems to be a market for if they develop this product. The hardware part of this, I'm not necessarily sure what's the play here. Whenever you have hardware, obviously you have fixed costs of building products and building hardware. I'm not sure if those fixed costs are really relevant or if they just paid for like this box and their software running on the box, which is 2 monitors, which it's not that much money in terms of fixed costs, is important, or if the hardware really does cost a lot of money and they have to make their money back on this hardware. So I don't really know what the hardware side of this portion of this product could be. It seems, if I had to guess, the hardware is less important and what's more important is the software running on the hardware. But the reason they're selling the Skykit is because the hardware integrated with the software is like this one dual package they can give to governments who would buy this. So let's go a little further and then we'll see.
A ruggedized laptop with Palantir software pre-installed.
Okay, so that makes sense. So the hardware already has the software. So that's one thing.
A quadcopter drone running computer vision algorithms via Palantir AIP.
Okay, so that makes sense as well. They have another hardware product that has Palantir software embedded within it.
And a Trailcam Nano, also running detection algorithms on board the device. The Skykit hardware is powered by Palantir software.
Skykit comes with commodity sensors and can integrate with other sensor capabilities, enabling users to operationalize their own data. So it seems like this is applicable with other pieces of software, not just Palantir.
Palantir Meta Constellation is installed on Skykit, enabling users to task and analyze satellite imagery rapidly from anywhere in the world. Palantir AIP powers the computer vision algorithms deployed on board the devices. These send detections directly to the base station. Skykit has a modular design with variants for different use cases. Skykit L is a lightweight, backpack form factor. Skykit S is for sea and maritime use. Palantir Skykit, the future of intelligence and ops on the edge.
Super, super interesting. So the hardware, as we saw as we went further into the video, is a bunch of different devices, whether it's a drone, a laptop, or a sensor device, and all of these are connected with Palantir's AIP software. Now, this makes a lot of sense. You would want to sell some of these devices that are already integrated with Palantir kind of loaded up. So instead of like a laptop that is Windows, you have a laptop that already has Palantir software loaded into it, and it's integrated with Meta Constellation, which is again using real-time satellite imagery to be able to make decisions from potentially those devices, whether it's a drone, a laptop, or at least being able to interpret the data from those devices or one of those sensors. Now, broader applications of this, I think there's a couple of things here. I think Palantir obviously wants to make the defense business a really big business. You know, we've talked about how defense alone might be worth $100 billion in TAM. Palantir, Alex Karpus said they have a $900 billion TAM. Obviously, there is a potential market out there for things like this. If you believe in the thesis that we're going to be in a more disjointed world that is less deglobalized, then you're going to believe that there are going to be more geopolitical crises, or even things that may lead to some things that geopolitically aren't the best, even if it's not full-scale invasions, which means you need to have these devices on hand. Secondarily, a lot of governments probably want to protect a lot of the data that they have, and they want to be able to operationalize that, and having this one kit that comes fully loaded with all this stuff could be an attractive offer. The hardware side of the business, I think this is something new. Palantir hasn't introduced any hardware products before, to the best of my knowledge. It's usually always been software. So hardware integrated with their software, this becomes a question of if the hardware is any good. Now, granted, the hardware is just a drone, a kit, a sensor, and a laptop. I can't imagine the hardware being bad, almost as if like if Palantir came out with a phone today, it would be comped against the iPhone or the Android, right? And it's like, well, they're not coming out with such a high-end device for consumers that is going to be held to all these standards. They're coming out with a pretty basic piece of hardware that they're integrating with their software, and then they're giving it to potential clients and governments that would buy it. So the hardware side of the business, I'm not that concerned about in terms of them making the best hardware. Will it include some CapEx? Yes, I think they would only make these if they know they can sell them. I don't think they're going to have a bunch of Skykits on the shelf. These are probably very particularized solutions for certain agencies and certain parts of the military or the government across the world, that if they say, hey, we need 20 Skykits, Palantir's like, all right, we're going to make 20 Skykits, versus Palantir makes 1 trillion Skykits and they're like waiting to sell them off the shelves. I don't think that would be the way this plays out. In terms of the integration with software and hardware, I think it's an interesting combination. We've talked a lot about Palantir having a potential consumer product one day, and what could that consumer product be? And I've theorized about it months ago on the channel, but like, there is a world in which they create some type of device that is hooked up to you and it accesses all the data points. Like for example, the simplest example is a watch. And when you're sleeping, it counts how many hours you're sleeping and then is able to give you all this optimized data about your health and nutrition. That's not the most unique topic, especially because a lot of products do that. I think the Apple Watch does that as well. But that is one idea of how they could create their software that knows what to do with data, integrated with a potential piece of consumer hardware, and then boom, you've got a market that now you can sell product to. I don't know if this is going in that direction, but it is an interesting concept to have a piece of hardware integrated with governmental intelligence operations using data on the hardware itself via the devices you've sold, with AI at the edge being the sort of overarching feature of this entire Skykit product, at the intersection of Meta Constellation, which is also really cool. I think space is an untapped industry. These are sort of my final thoughts on this. I think that commercializing space is untapped. I think governmental opportunities in space in terms of being able to use like Meta Constellation to make real-time decisions is also an untapped opportunity. It makes you think, Palantir is not just this average, regular, boring company that's B2B SaaS when they're creating products like this. This is a brand new product with Skykit integrated with some of their older products, and then they're pushing it out into the world and they're shipping. So starting off 2023, we've got a brand new product by Palantir. We've got a product that integrates a lot of their software with a new hardware product. And we've got a product that I would imagine they've seen some demand for. I don't know if they're going to be creating demand. I think they've probably done some market research, and governments have been like, hey, do you have this thing that we could just buy off you and then we can use out into the field? And that potentially was the inspiration for this piece of hardware. So let's see if they have anything more to say on this over the next couple of months and what their thoughts are on this product. Those are my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. Let me know your thoughts on Palantir Skykit, and I will see you in the next one.